What's up, y'all? So I've got a few minutes at the park, so I figured I'd kill some time and do a little bit of a live stream and chat about Pac being a Gemini. So Pac definitely was a Gemini, whether you believe in astrology or not. He had a lot of fucking sides to him, and I got to see the sad side, the funny side, the angry side, the driven side, the creative side. I mean, those are the Mac Daddy side when there was some females around. There was a whole hell of a lot to him. I don't know if the audio is coming through without headphones. Yeah, so do you believe Suge paid a guy $3 million to? Yeah, I mean, you know, Suge paying $3 million to cremate Pac. I don't. You could get someone cremated for 20, 30 grand. I don't know why the fuck you'd have to spend three large to do that, but you know. Theories about a whole host of shit about Pac being alive and how he died and all that shit. To me, none of that matters because his message matters more than anything. And it's interesting. Over the years, specifically now that I've sort of decided to do some live videos and whatnot, and through the legal issues that I'm dealing with, I'm getting a lot more hate. But I'll tell you what, the hate fuels me in the same way that I think it used to fuel Pac. And it's also sort of indicative of whenever you try to do something big or bold, you get more hate. And it's sort of like the yin and the yang of the universe, where you try to do something good, bad's gonna come at you. And I call it devil force. Devil force will come at you, or haterade would come at you, especially if you're trying to do something good. Pac had a lot of that shit. The only night I didn't meet Big, but I was at the Smithsonian Museum the night he got shot. I was up there, so you know, I walked by him and Diddy, Buffy. I don't think Pac regretted anything, really. I'll tell you what, I never had the conversation with him, but just the tension that he had and how much he had to fight for trying to get some loot out of Suge and Death Row. I bet you he regretted signing with the Row. You know, and you know, people say that Suge got Pac out with his own money. What's up? So, you know, I heard the dude that runs the estate, Tom Wally, said he loaned Suge the money. And then I've also heard that Pac got out with advances against his own royalties. So Suge never came out of pocket. I don't think he had to. Other people's money, OPM. I think in the music industry and film, they always say OPM. Don't do it with your own money, do it with other people's money. At least that seems to be the smartest businessmen do that. I remember Cube, in some of the videos that we had produced for him, he'd walk around and said, just ask people for $1. He'd go, yo, my man, give me $1, give me $1. And he would say, slap Snoop. I don't know about Pac slapping Snoop. Pac got more siblings from his dad. His dad? You mean step siblings? Troop and Reggie Wright are related. Really? I never heard that before. I'm not a fan of Diddy or Reggie Wright. I don't know what Pac's last song was. For me, the last tracks I was around was the One Nation album. But I'm sure he recorded a gang of tracks after that, between that and September 7th, because One Nation was June, end of June. His birthday is June 16th. So yeah, One Nation album was the week's run. Yeah, fuck P Diddy. Buffy. He's dirty. Sean John clothes use dog hair in China instead of real fur and sold it as fur to people. That's nasty. I've heard he's a horrible business person too. Like dirty business person. But fucking Pac hated him. I'm not a fan. Pac recording One Nation. Yeah, One Nation album footage. I got a ton of that. Wanted Pac to go to Vegas so bad. Well, I mean, so I wrote the letter. I was told to write a letter by Yasmin Fuller, Yaki Gaddafi's mom, 2 weeks before Vegas. And we had Pac sign it, and then I faxed it, firing David Kenner. And then for 2 weeks, she was trying to get him to go to Vegas, and he wouldn't go. And then finally he went for Tyson's fight, because he told him, Mike wants to come out to one of your tracks, so you need to come to Vegas. So I don't think Sugar's smart enough to orchestrate all that. I don't know who the behind the scenes people were, but I just don't buy that it was a simple, you finally got a haircut, we're trying to watch football right now. All right. You're hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I got a haircut. Yeah, Pac going down to me seemed like a well-orchestrated hit. That shit was not some bullshit. Why didn't somebody stop Pac when he was rushing around the Tyson fight that night? Yeah, of course he saw the Tyson fight. There's footage of Pac saying, I counted them 50 punches. It's news. Pac and the crowd in the auditorium. Well, I know his mom's, God rest her soul, took him off of life support. That shit never made sense to me. You know, my mom would have, if I had an arm and toes, 3 toes, she would have waited until I was conscious to see what the fuck I wanted. So that was all suspect to me. Do you still record music videos? I do branded content that's normally music video based. I did a music video with Snoop called Pocket Like It's Hot a few years ago. That was a spoof for Drop It Like It's Hot for Hot Pockets. But I just did a whole host of music video-esque commercials for Hewlett Packard with singing and dancing and stage and, you know, music. I wish to God I was doing more music videos because they're very creative, good platform. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, you know, does Pac ever visit you in your dream? Pac's visited me a couple times. One time, it was maybe like 12, 13 years ago, and I was walking down a street, and I saw this golden Toyota Celica Supra. No, Toyota Celica, 1984 Toyota Celica, driving down the street, pulled up right next to me. Pac jumped out. He goes, "Yo, go." Threw me the keys. He goes, "This is for you." And it was a completely gold, a car made out of gold. And I asked his assistant, Molly Monjos, what that was all about. And she said that was the first car he ever bought for himself. It was a 1984 Celica. So I kind of felt like maybe it was sort of everything that Pac allowed me to capture. I mean, look, we had a 3-picture deal. We had all the photos, the footage, the videos I got to either produce or direct. I mean, you know, it was an honor to be involved in all of that. It was. I know it's a piece of history, and always will be. So has Pac ever got mad at you? Yeah, fuck yeah, Pac. Pac got mad at me on the Made Niggas set. I explained that whole situation. Yep, I don't, Pac's in the ethers. Pac would have never stayed quiet, given all the bullshit that's happening in his name, or the fuckery, or the rumors, or the BS. There's no way in hell dude would have been so quiet. How much weed you smoked back then? I used to smoke a lot of weed, especially when I was in the studio filming. Not while I was directing or producing the videos, but when the video was done, or we were visiting Pac, like on the set of Gridlocked or something like that, I would definitely blaze with him. I blazed a blunt with him a couple times. I'm sure more than a couple times that I remember. But they were blazing all the time. When I was in the studio for the One Nation album, since I was there till 2, 3 in the morning with the Duck Down Cats doing One Nation, I definitely smoked a lot of weed. The problem with me and weed is that I get very animated. It sort of is like the same effect of doing a couple lines of coke. I get all creative, and I want to make films and videos, and I come up with a whole host of fucking ideas. My wife hates me when I smoke weed, but I haven't in a while. This is the longest stretch I've gone without weed. It's probably about 2 months now, but trying to clean up a little bit. What else can I share? Any questions? You guys got any questions for me? Oh, gobirahimi.com. GOBIRAHIM. It won't be up for much longer, but cop yourself one, because those will go down in history as how do you know what happens after lunch? Oh, trust me, I have done my fair share of cocaine in my 20s and early 30s with the crew, the Persian crew I used to hang out with in LA. We used to do a lot of clubbing, so drugs were all us. Have you spoken? I've spoken to General, which is Tech, from Duck Down. I used to run into Druha, that used to run the label, but I haven't in a while. My wife. Yeah. I love me some weed, boy. I'll tell you, because it's the best cure for anxiety for me. Pac would have owned his own nation. If Pac was still alive, he would have bought some fucking nation somewhere, gotten it funded, and he would have his own army, and he would be going to the UN. I guarantee you. Who did Pac trust the most? I think Pac trusted his family, Kadada Jones, the Outlaws, I would think, and I definitely think he trusted me and Tracy, although he had some suspect issues with Tracy after a couple of stunts she pulled, but I think he trusted me. I mean, he had a company with me for a minute. I would have smoked Pac's ashes. If I was invited, I definitely would have. That would have been Pooch, 5 minutes. Yeah, man. Tupac ain't alive. Tupac was alive. Got out of dancing with him, but he tried 2 months later. I can't, Kadada covered up. Yeah, I think she covered up with a flower or something. Yeah, hopefully they will do well with their songs. The Pac of a cry in front of everyone. No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him cry, not in front of me. He got fucked up. He got angry. He was funny. He laughed. He used to call me the crazy Iranian. I used to love it. That's my favorite moniker, just because, it sort of felt like, I don't know, acceptance. No one else had nicknames, not that I knew. He gave me a fucking nickname, and I loved it. Do you ever see any arguments with in the last few weeks? Not arguments, but like when he was on set, he would yell and scream if they were too fucked up or not performing properly. Must have been tough after. Why after 9/11? Oh, you mean for being an Iranian? Yeah, dude. 9/11 was no joke in LA. You talk about no, I never got in a conversation with him about that. For me, I was sort of the dude that, well, Tracy and I were the two that Pac was talking about doing our movies with. We had a 3-picture deal a week before he died, so we were kind of like cloud 9 about to take over the film industry. That's kind of where our heads were. But so I didn't get into his drama, and I also think he was evolving. Tupac gives, I don't know about that. He's taking back the music because I put his sister and love in charge. And I don't know. I don't know any details on how the estate operates. Did Pac have? I don't know about his body order. Very verbal deal. Didn't Death Row let Pac leave? Mayor of Pac sounds did he plays? So Pac was playing songs wherever we were at. He would play his newest tracks. But after he died, I met with Johnny J maybe in 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. And Johnny played me 5 or 6 tracks that didn't make All Eyes on Me that were fucking bangers. I mean, that could have been an album right there. It should have been called All Eyes on Me Part 2 or PS or some shit like that. But I don't know Lil Zane. I don't know any of the face tattoo crowd. But when I heard those, it felt like Pac was alive because they were just fucking just as good as any other track on that album. So that's it. So look, one love. I'm gonna grab my kid. I gotta go home and make some dinner. I'll try to do this again. Keep your heads up. And for the haters, keep hating. Because you've only got hate in your heart. And for the ones that share the love, keep giving the love. Why did Johnny J kill himself? I don't know. I've heard all sorts of rumors about him. Yeah, I've heard he got 86th as well. God bless his soul. He was a talented motherfucker. Money. People will kill for money. Always. So be safe and make sure you surround yourselves with good people. One love.